Hi, I'm Laura Templeton, founder and chief instigator at 30 Second Success. And this is the 30 Second Success podcast, where we ditch the pitch and start connecting. Today, I want to dismantle a myth that holds so many people back, that confidence is something you're born with, that some people have it and others don't. Here's the truth: confidence is not a personality trait, it's a practice. And if you've ever felt that confidence is just out of reach, this episode is going to help you build it step by step. So let's start with the belief that confidence is innate. This idea shows up everywhere, especially in how we perceive speakers and leaders and influencers. But what we don't see is the work behind the scenes, the rehearsal, the journaling, the coaching, the past failures that shape their voices. Confidence isn't who you are, it's what you practice consistently. So, from a personal perspective, one of the things that I struggled with a long time ago was being able to stand up in front of a group. Yes, I struggled with it too. But what I did is I dove in and I really embraced the idea that there's a formula, a format that you can follow that helps you really understand who it is that you're speaking to and how to communicate well. And the more I did it, the easier it became. I showed up regularly. I started going to networking events so that I could practice my presentation. And I became really confident in what I was saying, what I was sharing, because number one, I believed in what I was saying. But number two, I was practicing by showing up. I was a mess when I first started going to networking events. I was like shaking when I would share my 30-second message. But the more I shared it, the more confident I became, the more engaged my audience became, and it became easier for me to do. Right. And I think that's one of the things that a lot of people don't understand, that practice really does help when it comes to building your confidence. So let's talk about what confidence actually looks like. Confidence isn't about volume or dominance, it's about alignment, right? So confidence might sound like this: I don't have all the answers, but I'm willing to find out. I know this is valuable because I've seen it change lives. These are the things that confidence will, with a confident mindset, will help you actually build, and it helps with the belief, right? I trust myself to navigate the unknown. That's a sign of confidence, right? We start to really embrace who we are, what we believe in, and how we move forward. And this is how it shows up. You deliver your 30-second message with calm and clarity. You own the pause. You set boundaries. You talk small. You take small, aligned action, right? True confidence isn't loud, it's steady. So, if this episode is sparking ideas for you, take a second to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. And if you know someone who'd appreciate this message, share it with them. The best conversations don't stay one sided. I love when people invite other people into the podcast. So, please share, like, subscribe, share. I appreciate that. So, here's the link between clarity and confidence. Here's where your work shines. Clarity actually builds confidence. When your message is murky, you'll always feel unsure, unseen, unheard, right? But when you're clear on who you are, who you serve, how you help, why it matters, you show up differently. And when your message flows with ease, your confidence rises to meet it. I had a client one time who was really struggling to communicate in her networking events. She was having great conversations with people in the room, and she was actually doing pretty good when it came to one on one conversations. But when it came to delivering a 30-second message, she was a mess. She would stand up, she would be shaking, she'd be trying to read from cue cards, she would be stumbling. She would sit down and you would literally see, like, almost like she would wipe the sweat off her brow. It was so stressful for her. Her message was really unclear, and she was struggling with who she really connected with. One on one, she was great, but to an audience of 20, 30 people, it was a struggle. We worked together to, number one, work on her message, number two, work on her delivery, and really dive into what she needed to say and who she was trying to attract to her business, and helping her realize that she didn't need to speak to everyone in the room. Not everyone in the room was her ideal client, but a lot of them knew who her ideal client were. So we needed to make sure that her message landed with the people in the room that were meant to hear it. And when we found a message that really lit her up, got her excited, really connected with her heart, with the emotion of who she was and what she wanted to share, everything changed. She delivered her 30-second message with so much confidence and clarity. She stomped her foot when she was done, and people started applauding because they had watched her struggle for so long. Now, you have to understand, this woman has received top performance uh, awards within her company that she's been with for 15 years at that point. And just because she was a top performer, she was still struggling when it became, when it came to delivering her message to a larger audience. One-on-one, she was great. To a larger audience, she struggled. But we helped her overcome that, and it really started to grow her business. She started to prosper. She became more confident in communicating to a larger groups. And actually, she was invited to deliver a speech to conference for her company, like almost like a year and a half later. So it was amazing to see the transformation once she understood the framework that would really help her connect with her audience. And I'm pretty sure I've shared in the last episode, in the last solo episode around clarity, the 30-second message worksheet that you are more than welcome to go back and watch the video and download. I forget what episode number it was, but it was about clarity. And it was one of the solo episodes, not an interview episode. So go check it out. Actually, I'll put the link in the show notes for this episode as well, just so you have it. So let's get practical. Here are 3 daily or weekly confidence practices you can start right now. So mirror talk. Mirror talk is one of the daily practices you can do. Stand in front of the mirror and say your 30-second message out loud. Watch your posture, your energy, your voice. Don't critique, just observe. Confidence grows in self-awareness. You can also record yourself on video and do this as well. Practice again. It's not about judging. It's about really observing, okay, what are some of the words that I'm stumbling on? What am I struggling with? Am I making good eye contact? What does my posture look like? How do I sound? Do I sound confident? Do I need to practice this more? That's what we're looking for when we practice in the mirror. Just that reflective feedback, and or on video. You don't have to share the video with anybody else but yourself. You can always just delete it when you're done. So, and a weekly practice that we like to work through is called the win journal, right? At the end of each week, write down 3 things you did well, big or small. It doesn't really matter. This trains your brain to see your own growth, right? So really writing down your wins at the end of the week really helps you to see those growth moments in your business. It doesn't matter whether they're big or small, just write them down. Be proud of yourself, be confident. It actually will help you build confidence. And then do the brave thing. That's another weekly practice, right? Make a list of small stretch moments and pick one to do each week. It could be going live, it could be applying to speak, raising your prices, going to a new networking event, having a new conversation, inviting somebody out to a coffee conversation, or starting a conversation that matters on, in wherever you're showing up on social media. So these are different ways that you can do the one brave thing, right? Keep track of your progress with the confidence practice tracker. The link is in the show notes. It's a great little tool just to keep track of your progress. And I love sharing that with you. So that's another tool that you'll find. Confidence is built in micro decisions, not just big moments. We have to remember confidence grows over time. And the more confident decisions that we make as we move forward, it starts to snowball. And that's one of the big things that you need to remember. So confidence is built in the micro decisions, not just big moments. If today's message got you thinking about your brand, your message, or how you're showing up in the world, come check out the Brand Success Hub. It's my on demand resource center packed with tools, training, and templates to help you get clear, consistent, and confident in your brand. Just head over to the 30secondsuccess.com and click on the hub, and I'll see you on the inside. So, if you're ready to build lasting confidence, not just in what you do, but in why you do it, I want to personally invite you to explore the purpose driven success circle. This is a co-ed mastermind for heart focused, purpose driven entrepreneurs, professionals, and leaders who are ready to align their voice, mission, and message with how they show up in the world. In this space, we embrace clarity, connection, and confidence while honoring values that drive us: faith, impact, and legacy. If you're leading something that matters and you want a supportive space to grow it and excellence and integrity, this is for you. Learn more and apply at 30secondsuccess.com, success-circle. And remember, confidence isn't something you wait for. It's something you practice into existence. You were made for this. This has been the 30 Second Success Podcast. I'm Laura Templeton, and until next time, stand strong, lead well, and speak with heart.